This is the Desi Doubts podcast. Navigating mental health, societal expectations, and identity is not easy. I'm Dr. Sonalee Joshi, PhD in clinical psychology, therapist, and visual artist.
I'm Rupal Joshi, co-founder of South Asian Americans for Change, single mom, and lawyer. We share our personal stories and the most up-to-date research to give you the tools to figure it out one step at a time.
You don't have to do this alone. You've got this, and we've got you. So this is the Desi Doubts podcast. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a mini bonus episode, huh?
Yeah. Not everything needs to be so organized and on the piece of paper before we start.
It doesn't? You mean sometimes we just take a leap of faith and see what happens?
Oh my God.
What a concept.
Okay, so we've talked a lot this season about sort of really discrete steps.
Yeah.
Or concepts in your mental health journey. So the stages of change, why we're doing this podcast, how to figure out whether a provider is the right fit for you, and if so, what kind of provider, self-love, support from your community. One thing that I think is difficult when you are on, and I know we have talked about this before, it's hard to figure out the right word for what this period in your life is, right?
Yeah.
When you need to make a change, you're getting help. Mental health journey is the only one that we can think of, but I think you and I both don't like it that much. But so if you guys have another word or phrase for this period in your life, let us know, because mental health journey does not feel like the right phrase. But until you all help us and send us a better phrase, we're going to use that one. I think there is a difficulty in not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go through pre-contemplation, preparation, and you're at action, you're in therapy, there are moments in time where I have wanted to give up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to go to therapy anymore. I don't want to pay for this.
Yeah.
This provider is not accepting my insurance, so I'm paying out of pocket, but she's great, but I don't want to freaking pay for this anymore. Or I've been seeing this provider and it's not the best fit. Yeah. I'm seeing another one, they're not the best fit. Or there's so many examples. Or I'm trying this medication, it's not working. Mm-hmm. I'm trying this other medication, it's not working. And I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm not seeing any progress.
We call that a case of the fuck-its.
In case of the fuck-its, yeah.
That's a technical term.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you read that in the, what is it, the DSM? Yeah, okay. So there is no solution for the case of the fuck-its, right? Yeah. We're not going to sit here and be when you have a case of the fuck-its, this is what you should do. But I just want to talk about it a little bit. Do you, both from your perspective as someone who has done this work, mm-hmm. and also from your perspective as someone who does this work for a living.
Yes.
So, hit me.
Yeah.
Tell me about a case of the fuck-its.
I think it is something that we talk about. It's not actually called a case of the fuck-its, but it is this kind of dip in motivation that naturally happens, even when you are doing the hard work of why am I still doing this? Or you start to make a little bit of progress, but then you plateau a little bit. And so there's been a lot of literature and a lot of conversation on how do you keep that momentum going, or how do you reinvigorate that hope when it's just feeling really blah. And I think that's where I always encourage my patients, and that's where I always have to think about the why am I doing this? Because I think that's the thing that falls by the wayside so quickly for so many people is we sort of get caught up in the minutia of what we're doing and we forget why we're doing it. And sometimes you can't remind yourself of that alone. Sometimes you do need loved ones who have seen you be on this journey for a really long time to say, hey, I've recognized this growth in you. Or, hey, you said you wanted to do this because you had a really clear goal in mind. Or you're discounting a lot of the things that have actually improved in this amount of time. And so I think it's kind of holding up this mirror to yourself and asking yourself that question of why am I still doing this? Or why is it important to re-engage with this if you're not doing it? For myself, again, that's sometimes been a daily question. It's not just something that happens every once in a while. There are periods in my life often where every single day I get up and I'm what am I doing? Why am I doing the thing that I'm doing? It's a slog. But then I get up and I start doing it, and I have a really good session with a patient, or I make progress in an area that I didn't expect to, or I crack a research question that I didn't expect to. And so I just give myself that chance for something good to happen, even if I don't quite know what the answer is, or like where that motivation is coming from. So I think that's the other thing I would say about this is, we've also brought this up in previous episodes, but like, do it before you have the answer. Like, ask yourself the question, but do it before you have the answer, for the chance that you might have that outcome. And so I know that sounds like contradictory advice, but I think you do have to kind of have both. You have to pay attention to like, why am I doing this? And give yourself the chance for it to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking about this as I asked you this question. I was like, what do I tell myself? And the immediate thought that came to my mind, and I know I've said this in like many episodes now, but like, I'm a single mom. And so like, I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I have to do it. I have to be functional. And then as I thought that, I was like, actually, no, I should also do it for me. Like, I deserve to have a awesome, fulfilled life full of like, you know, happiness and sunshine and butterflies. And like, it's not going to be like that every time, like all day. Like, I'm not delusional. And I know life comes with its up and downs, and like the ups are only good because there are some downs. But like, I should also do it for me. Like, I deserve that.
I'm so excited that you got to that place, because during our episode where we did talk about change, I know you were sort of reflecting on this, like, I have to language, and I often talk with patients about the idea of shoulding on yourself. I'm swearing a lot in this mini episode, which I haven't done before. That's okay. Yeah. But the idea of shoulding on yourself is like, I should do this, or I have to do this, or I must do this. And I think a lot of us operate with that, especially moms, like especially people who are taking care of whole other human beings. But oftentimes what I see is people kind of go through the motions for somebody else or for something else in their lives. And then this new kind of growth happens when you start to recognize what it means to do something for yourself. And that's oftentimes where maintenance really sticks for people, is when they start to recognize like, no, I deserve this. And there's something that I want to live for. And there's almost a shame in saying that, like, I want to do this for myself, but there's liberation in that as well. And when you get over that hump of shame, there's really this thing that happens of like, no, I can stand on my own 2 feet and do this because it's meaningful to me. And to your point, I would push back gently and argue that like, it's your value system that like, I have to do this for my kid. Not everyone feels that way. And I think that's a thing that folks often take for granted too, is like, oh, well, if I have to do this. This is just something that I'm expected to do. And I would argue that I have met with a lot of people who don't fulfill those basic requirements and who can't take that for granted for whatever reason. I'm not blaming them, I'm not saying one person is better than the other, but I think it speaks to your value system. And I want to give you some credit for that, because you care and you want to be the best mom possible. And that's not something that's always a given. Yeah. So sorry, we just like went off the beaten path there, but I think that was really important for you to come to.
I appreciate that. And I think that really, I saw it in your eyes, like as I was saying that, because you said, I'm so happy you said, because this is really happening like right now. Like,
this is not scripted in any capacity.
But this is the first time I said that out loud, because I was really thinking about it since we talked about it in the last episode. Desi Doubts podcast is a production of South Asian Americans for Change, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Desi Doubts is hosted by Dr. Sonalee Joshi and Rupal Joshi. It's produced by Nima Nardoni, Kirti Chandrasappa, Megha Pathak, and Nithya Cherukuru. It's edited and mixed by Ravi Ray. It was filmed at APF Creative, and our theme music is by Rianjali. For comments and questions, email us at desidoubtspod@saaforchange.org and follow us at desidoubtspod on Instagram. If you enjoyed the episode and are feeling extra kind, please also give us a review on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify.